Hey everybody, I am hard at work again, building kitchen cabinets. So if you ever wondered how to do that, then this is a good video for you. Took rough lumber and I've run it through the planer multiple times so that it's smooth enough for what we want. Depending on what kind of finish I would be working on, I would go even smoother than that. But for these particular cabinets, I like this. Backed it up a bit more. I've then gone ahead and cut. So what I need is rails and stiles. I can show you on here. Okay, stiles are the sides of the doors. The rails are the bottom and the top, and that's a raised panel. That's what I typically would build. I am not building that today. I'm not going to do a raised panel. I'm actually going to try doing a flat piece. Never done that before, but just trying something different. The rails you can think of them like a handrail. So they go this way, rails, and then the stiles go up and down on it. So I've measured them. I've got them all cut here. These are all my stiles. These short ones are my rails that go in between. So I can try to lay that out here for you. Maybe. Kind of like so. And these go in between. I'll back that up. So it's going to sit kind of like this. Okay, and then with another short one at the top. But they got to be fit together. And that's where this bit set that I have. I bought this, I don't know, 12 years ago maybe. First time I built kitchen cupboards. Maybe even, yeah, no, probably about 12 years ago. Makes sense. Cora was about 2 years old. So, I've got that done here. So, again, normally I'm much more fussy on these, and you should be to make sure the thickness is right. But this is kind of a rustic look we're going here, so I'm not as worried. A little bit left here. We'll sand that all off when we're done. But this is important. Okay, so this is the rail. Now I still got to cut my grooves in here for the stile. That groove is going to match up with this. And this will pop into the stiles then, but that groove is going to be all the way around. Let's go back down here again. That groove is going to be all the way through here so that the flat panel can sit inside of this. So we're going to take care of that on the next step. I'm going to finish these rails first. I've got this bit set up here. Pretty fancy. My router's just about shot. So this table saw I've had for, I don't know, 11 years, 10 or 11 years. So it served me really well for all these years. And I thought it was giving up the ghost the other day because the motor was having a hard time, but it must have been the customer's electrical supply because I've got it plugged into my generator here today and it's working like a charm. So I don't know. The router though, it didn't come with one of those. I had a different one on here and then I bought this one, just a cheapie. And it is going. It's still working today, but you can hear it's just having a hard time. The bearings or something are going in it. So anyway, I'm going to set up the tripod here and I'll finish running these rails through. And then I'm going to switch bits. Oh, that's upside down this way. Then I'll switch bits and we will do the stiles and the rails, the side portions. Now you can see how that goes in there like that. And then we'll put it all together. Gonna take that bit out of there. Where are we? Whoa, zoomed in. Take that one out and put the other bit in, and then we'll start on the rail or on the stiles. Now, this is a bit of a trip down memory lane as well, because I've had these bits for so long for making cabinet doors. At that particular time in our life, we were not very well done by. We were pretty well, this is before we went to Alberta the first time we moved out of the province, and we were flat broke. We lived like paycheck to paycheck and then some. We could hardly afford groceries. We were pretty poor, and I had bought these to make a little extra money making cabinets. And I remember having the discussion with Anissa. It was really iffy, like, can we afford this or can't we, kind of thing, you know. And we ended up buying it. So I don't remember what they retailed for at that time, but for us at that point it was a significant amount. And today I wouldn't even really think about it. I mean, I buy tools like that all the time. We've been richly blessed, very richly blessed. Okay, so what I got to do now is set up the height so that these line up, and that can take a little, that can take a little bit of time to get that set right. Got to think that one through for a minute. Okay, like I said, it's been quite a few years since I've even used these. I probably haven't pulled these out in 6 or 7 years. So I think I've got that lined up. We're going to give it a go. We'll see what it looks like. Right there. So you can see how that fits right in there. Okay. Now I don't know that I like that. If I would have been thinking, I wouldn't have set this there, because this is quite a reveal on the top of here. I might run this through the planer just to bring that down. I just don't like how big of a jump it is here. But other than that, it should work. So the plywood that I've got is going to sit in this groove, and then of course I got to make a groove on this side as well. But other than that, it looks like it's going to fit pretty good. Okay, that's all the rails done. Oh, I guess I can take those off. I got to do all the stiles now, and then we'll get things lined up, and then I got to cut all the little chunks of wood. So I'm going to go ahead and run all the stiles through, and I'm probably going to do a bit more planing to those eventually too, but just bear with me. Next time you see me, the stiles will all be done. Alright, so there you can see how well they go. And you could use this for a picture frame as well if you wanted. You could easily hang glass inside that groove and a family photo, or in our case we're using it for doors. One of the reasons I haven't used it for 8 years, we flipped a bunch of homes in that time frame, and I could have easily made kitchen cupboards, and in fact I was planning on it. But quite often if you look on the classifieds, for us that's Kijiji, you'll find used kitchens. We live in such a throwaway world that there are literally people that are throwing out, you know, very expensive solid oak kitchens and putting in new ones, spending $70,000-$80,000 on a brand new kitchen and getting rid of the old ones. And so the last couple of homes that we flipped, we just bought used kitchen cupboards. You know, depending on the area that you live in, that may be an option for you. And we put those instead, and then refurbished the doors. You know, sometimes they're a bit older. I know one home in particular, well, 2 homes, I guess. We had a lot of compliments on the kitchens when people thought we put a brand new one in, and it was actually just a refurbished kitchen. And the price that we got those for, there's no way we could build them. In this case, I'm building them here. So that's that. Now I'm going to cut these squares to go in between. Every single door is the same. There's going to be 8 of these doors side by side going here, and yeah, I just got to cut the square to fit inside of here. So I'm going to work on that next. I got a 4x8 sheet of plywood. We'll cut chunks out of it, pop one into each, glue it all together, and then we'll have to wait for it to dry. Okay, there you have it. Pretty simple. And that is exactly why I did it this route. To build a raised panel, I need thick wood. So I'd be using this kind of lumber. And I'd have to try to get that smooth, which is complicated to do. Like, I have to put multiple boards together. You should never have more than 3-4 inch wide strips of your boards. So you'd be taking a big board like this, and you'd be cutting this into, probably this one would be 3 strips of wood. And then the middle one, you're gonna flip the opposite direction. And then you have to biscuit join them all back together again and glue them. Then you have to wait for that to dry, then run that through the planer, and then shape it. It's just a lot more work. And since we're painting it, it don't matter, the color wise. Actually, I don't even mind the 2-tone here, but we're not staining it in this case, we're gonna paint it. And so it's all going to look the same. I got to find my clamps, and we're going to glue these corners. I'll probably leave the center just floating. Sometimes that's better because everything, it is wood. Wood is alive, and it tends to move and want to shift as temperatures change. And so by gluing it together, it could actually create problems. So I'll be gluing the 4 corners, letting them dry. Then Anissa's going to paint them. And I have to work on the hinges. The hinges we have are meant for a different style of door, and we're going to change them to make them work for this. So we're just going to carefully slop a bunch in here. Try to get all the surface area covered. And that's why a brush is handy, because it just does a better job of getting everything covered. Alright, here's the important part. Make sure we're square. 31.5. These cross corner measurements need to be the same. Actually, that is like within 30 seconds of an inch. So I actually like that. That doesn't happen every day. Good. New day, same project. I gotta sand these down now. I got the clamps off, but you can just see there's a little bit of edge here. We're going very rustic, so I'm not worried about it. Here, there's, you know, this stuff. I'm gonna try to take that off a little bit. There you go. Clean them up a little bit, and then Anissa's gonna paint them today. So I've got 6 doors dried. I got 2 in the clamps yet. They still need to be dried. They're drying right now. I just finished clamping them this morning, and that's only because I didn't have enough clamps, so I could only do 3 at a time. So I did 6 of them yesterday, 2 batches, and then 2 left today. And she'll paint them, and then I got to work on the hinges yet, and then we'll do a final reveal of what it all looks like. So far, I'm pretty happy. I've never, like I said, never done it with a panel like this before, but I'm pretty happy with that. It turned out really nice. Next job, we got these old hinges. I tore these off some other doors, the customer's house. They're all getting thrown out. And so we're going to repurpose these. Unfortunately, they're bent in the wrong spot because our doors are a lot bigger. You hold that there, Ariana. Just hold it straight up like that. So, oh, tilt it this way. There we go. These work for 3/4 inch. Which is pretty normal when you're buying conventional lumber, like pine and stuff. But ours are 1 inch. So I need to take that bend out and then re-bend them so that this will work for 1 inch for this thickness. And you can see why that won't work there. So that's the next job. right, another day. And we got her done. The project is done. The lighting is terrible just because of the way the light's shining in through the window, but I will show you anyway. There's our cupboards. I gotta get a little magnet here yet just to hold them shut. Other than that, they come out real good. I don't know if I can... Maybe that's a bit better. Gotta get the light from the window shining in, which is making it hard to see. There, that helped. Anyway, turned out really good. I think. We like it. Just hard to, I gotta finish these two. Yeah, I didn't get them up, but. Nice country kitchen. And so you can see how, yeah, that makes a big difference, just holding my hand up right there. How you can make your own doors, reuse hinges, and come up with a good quality look. Hey, hope you all enjoyed that, and maybe learned something from there. If you want to try it yourself, it's easy enough to do with a few tools. Yes, I do have special bits for that, but you could make do other ways as well. I have seen people do it just with a table saw. There's ways of making it work. So hope you enjoyed that. Please like, share, comment down below as always, and we will catch you again in the next one.